Hello, Darren here, the Creative Minimalist. Hello, Darren here, the Creative Minimalist. www.thecreativeminimalist.com. Creativity in all its breadth, seen through the lens of a struggling writer, composer, and avid journal user. And it's journals that I want to talk to you about today. Normally these are quite scripted, but this one isn't, so this is completely off the cuff, although I don't have any cuffs on today. Get back on track, Darren. See, this is why I normally script things a little bit better, because I have a habit, a nasty little habit, of running off and thinking other things. Anyway, I want to talk to you about journals and the current journals and the current journal setup that I'm using. So, I've got these. I've also got, let me just pull them out because I've got them all neatly situated on the side of my desk. I've got this one, which I really love, and I've got my songwriter's journal and my fiction journal. So let's explain what I'm doing and how things are going. Last year I had two diaries running. I had my daily Moleskine page a day diary, which I was using pretty much as a bullet journal, but in the wrong way, in as much as I didn't have any future logs or anything like that going on, monthly layouts or anything. I also had an Astrocal diary, which I was using just for sort of how I was feeling, and just sort of capturing the odd thought and fear and just tracking the seasons. So the solstices and the other times of the year, a seasonal calendar. Now, this year I don't have that, and this is the first year for several years I haven't had the Astrocal diary. I just felt that I was doing the same thing in several different places, because I also had the day one digital diary app. So in effect, two analog diaries and one digital one. So currently I'm just using the digital diary. I've also downloaded a moon app, just so I know the moon cycles and where things are, because I just quite like the whole idea of new moon intentions, and seeing the moon as a cycle of beginnings, fullness within creativity. So that's what I'm doing. So I've gone slightly digital on those. However, like I said, I was using the Moleskine diary as a bullet journal, and that is what I have actually created. I'm using a bullet journal. As a bullet journal, I've got future logs, monthly layout so far, and capturing quick capture each day things. So I am using this as a proper bullet journal. I'm not worrying at the moment too much about making it pretty or doing any of the elaborate stuff that many people do in their bullet journals, which is fine. A journal that you use should feel right for you, and if making it look nice is right for you, then that's fine. But currently I'm using this very much as a quick capture and making sure that I've got the big rocks of things, because I'm also using, back to digital again, the Things app, Things 3. I'll put a link in the somewhere for that. I'm sure I have, but I am using that. So I've got a bullet journal, which I'm using as my sort of diary, along with day one and other things. I've also got my traveller's notebook out. The idea of this is that I don't take this out and about with me, or not that I go out a lot. You have to think, you have to remember this. I'm a bit of a solitude person. I am a hermit. Pretty much, hermit is my card actually. Because I'm September or Virgo, I can't remember what way round it goes. But hermit is my card, and I am a hermit. But I am using this for when I go out and about. So this will become my sort of quick capture journal on the go. A traveller's notebook, if you please. So when I go out travelling, if I do, this always goes in the bag with me. Now, a couple of other things. I mentioned that I had the Astro Cal diary last year to capture sort of feelings, thoughts, where I am. Now, I am capturing that in day one, but I also felt the need for some sort of longhand capture device for feelings, just more in-depth sort of journaling, sort of the deep stuff. And I've got this Earth Pathways tree journal. I love the trees, I love forests and the wild woods, all that sort of stuff. And so I do have this. I haven't used it yet, but the plan is it's there on my desk, ready to use and to capture. So anything that I want to sort of think about and ponder a little bit deeper with things, that's my Earth Pathways tree journal that I'm using. Now, the other two journals that I'm using quite a lot are, I've got a lined moleskine journal, which I use for all my fiction writing, fiction thoughts, and just sort of trying ideas out in stories that I write and pull down. Now, I do use Scrivener by Literature and Latte. Again, I'll put the link in. But Scrivener is the digital app that I use for fiction writing. But this is what I use when I'm just doodling fiction, capturing ideas, exploring things. When you need paper. Now, I do use Scrivener for the actual writing, and it's very good at plotting things out. But when you need paper, my dears, I have that. So a lined moleskine for that. And then I've also got my Minstrel's Magic. This is my current songbook, the music grimoire, as I like to call it. When I'm writing a song, this is what happens. We go pencil into pen, lots of erasing and things. But these are all the songs I'm currently... Look. These are the songs that I've got in here. This is not every song that I've ever written, but I'm currently up to around, I think there's about 120 ideas or so in here of pretty much unfinished songs. That's how bad I am at finishing things, but that's my songwriting journal, which I use. And then when they're finished, I'm inked up in here. They end up in a Scrivener project folder, which is my songbook, which I then use to print out to sing if I'm going to play and sing live and stuff. I think my bandana was slipping backwards. It's the tug of gravity. The tug of gravity pulling me backwards. So I do have this as my songwriting journal, and things end up in Scrivener afterwards to be printed out. Now I've got separate art style journals and sketchbooks and things which I doodle and play in, but I tend to use whatever's at hand. Currently I'm back and forth in this little iconic I think they're called iconic journals, they're called. Well, they're by Iconic, if you can find Iconic. But it does work pretty much as a diary. There's enough stuff in here to use it as a diary, but I ended up using it as scrappy art stuff. So I'm putting art pages on the left and any words or related words with words on the right. So I ended up sort of pulling that in and just sort of playing in there at the moment with things. I keep that handy on the desk, but I've been using that and capturing things. So currently that's my in use journal stack as we enter the new year. Like I say, it's a sort of hybrid, but definitely sort of working more hybrid. We're trying to be slightly more productive. Not productive, the right word? Yeah, I suppose sort of just trying to be more productive in what I'm doing. Trying not to repeat myself in what I'm doing. Like I say, I found last year that I was capturing the same stuff more than once, which is never a good thing. And then putting it into multiple places as well, which was a bit pointless. So I'm trying to be a little bit more productive and precise in where I put things. So that's my current journal setup. I would love to hear your current journal setup, what you're using this year. It's a new year, so we're all still pretty much keeping to our plans, I think. At the moment, it might be different by next week, but please let me know how you're doing, and if you enjoy this stuff, please subscribe, click the bell button wherever it is, and like I say, I'd love to hear what you're using and what you're doing. If you've made videos, please link them in the comments, or link to your channel. I'd love to see what you do. In the meantime, have a creative week, and I will see you soon. Lots of love.